Hello everybody, my name is Boloroo. By this presentation, I am going to share my research topic on updating the medium-scale topographic map vector layers, applying the remote sensing images. Explaining what is topographic map, the overview scale and size, what is the digital topographic map, the main sources for updating, and the key consideration of the usage of satellite images. At the end of presentation, I will summarize all these explained points and link them to my research topic. Topographic maps are detailed, accurate graphic representations of features that appear on the Earth's surface. There are three main scales of topographic maps: large, medium, and small. However, those scales can vary between some countries. Traditionally, field survey method or aerial photogrammetry approach are used to create and update different scales of topographical maps. Map scales appears in ratio, which represents how many centimeters fit in 1 centimeter. For example, the large-scale map of 1 to 500 means that 500 centimeters or 5 meters fit in 1 centimeter. The large-scale maps are mainly used for planning of urban infrastructure, especially for the underground utilities. They also used for creation of city master plans and can serve as a precise background map for navigation systems as well. Whereas medium scales of them, for example, of the scale of 1 to 24,000 to 1 to 50,000 are mostly represent rural area features, limiting some details which are present in large-scale maps. They are created for planning of infrastructure between urban and settlement areas, such as road, railroad, power line, and so on. However, the 1 to 100,000 scale of medium scale of maps are created for mountainous and inaccessible areas and used as baseline map for land cover map, for water and forest inventory works. The small scale of topographic maps are usually appear in scales of 1 to 200,000 and smaller. They cover large areas, limiting the detailed representations of the medium-scale features. Therefore, the updating of topographic maps are critical. Nowadays, the beforehand used paper maps are all in digital format, which means that layers can be separated from each other or formed together as a map representing desired features on it, that enables the updating and editing of map layers. The main sources for updating of topographic maps are the remote sensing data nowadays. Remote sensing refers to making observations of the object using a device that is physically remote from it. This technology based on the spectral reflectance theory, in which the sunlight touches the ground surface and the features on it reflect those incident radiance comes from the sun differently. Those reflected values are recorded by sensors to make a multispectral imagery. The emergence of high-resolution imagery replacing the way of creating and updating of topographic map layers. For example, this slide highlights the result of image processing, creating 7-class land cover map from the satellite imagery. However, some considerations should be taken into account. It is important to know that high-resolution images are expensive. This type of images are mainly used for updating of urban features, whereas moderate resolution satellite images free in use, which means those type of images are available online. They can serve as potential source for updating of broad land cover features such as forests and water bodies for medium-scale topographic maps. To summarize, the updating of different scale of topographic maps are important because this type of map serve as baseline maps for different aspects of development and decision-making processes. However, it is critical to consider which sources are suitable to update different scale of them and which would be more viable and efficient. For example, for medium-scale topographical maps. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for attention.